Hello everyone, today we are going to cover chapter number 4 of Shreemadbhagwadgeeta summary, and all the previous 3 chapters summary has already been posted on the channel. So if you have not watched that, then please requesting you to watch those first and thereafter come to this video of chapter number 4 summary. So now the chapter number 4 states about the path of renunciation with the self knowledge, and it states about the karma yoga is an ancient law. The Supreme Lord said, I taught this Karma Yoga, the eternal science of selfless action, to King Vivaswan. Vivaswan taught it to the Manu, and Manu taught it to the Ikshvaku. Thus handed down in succession, the saintly kings knew this. After a long time, the science of Karma Yoga was lost from this earth. Today, I have described the same ancient science to you because you are my sincere devotee and friend. Karma Yoga is the supreme secret indeed. Arjun said, you were born later, but Vivaswan was born in the ancient time. How am I to understand that you taught this Karma Yoga in the beginning of the creation? The purpose of incarnation of the God. The Supreme Lord said, both you and I have taken many births. I remember them all, O Arjun, but you do not remember. Though I am eternal, immutable, and Lord of all beings, yet I manifest myself by controlling my own material nature, using my divine potential energy Maya. Whenever there is decline of dharma and a predominance of adharma, O Arjun, then I manifest myself. I appear from time to time for protecting the good, for transforming the wicked, and for establishing world order. The one who truly understands my transcendental appearance and activities of creation, maintenance, and dissolution attains my supreme abode and is not born again after leaving this body, O Arjun. Many have become free from attachment, fear, anger, and attained salvation by taking refuge in me, becoming fully absorbed in my thoughts and becoming purified by the fire of self-knowledge. The path of worship and prayer, with whatever motive people worship me, I fulfill their desires accordingly. People worship me with different motives. Those who long for success in their work here on the earth worship for the celestial controllers. Success in work comes quickly in the human world. The 4 divisions based on aptitude and vocation of human society were created by me. Though I am the author of this system of the division of labor, one should know that I do nothing and I am eternal. Work or karma does not bind me because I have no desire for the fruits of work. The one who fully understands and practices this truth is also not bound by the karma. The ancient seekers of liberation also perform their duties with this understanding. Therefore, you should do your duty as the ancients did. Even the wise ones are confused about what is action and what is inaction. Therefore, I shall clearly explain what is action, knowing that one shall be liberated from the evil of the birth and death. The true nature of action is very difficult to understand. Therefore, one should know the nature of attached or selfish action, the nature of detached or selfless action, and also the nature of the forbidden action. The one who sees inaction in action and action in inaction is a wise person. Such a person is a yogi and has accomplished everything. To see inaction in action and vice versa is to understand that the Lord does all the work indirectly through His power by using us. He is the inactive actor. We are actively inactive because we cannot do anything without the flow of His power. Therefore, we are not the doer, just an instrument in His hands. A person whose desires have become selfless by being roasted in the fire of self-knowledge is called a sage by the wise. The one who has abandoned attachment to the fruits of work and remains ever content and dependent on no one but God, such a person, though engaged in activity, does nothing at all and incurs no karmic reaction, good or bad. The one who is free from desires, whose mind and senses are under control, and who has renounced all proprietorship, does not incur sin, the karmic reaction, by doing bodily action. Content with whatever gain comes naturally by his will, unaffected by the pairs of the opposites, free from envy, calm in success and failure. Though engaged in work, such a karma yogi is not bound by the karma. The one who is free from attachment, whose mind is fixed in self-knowledge, who does work as a service, seva to the Lord, all karmic bonds of such a philanthropic person, karma yogi, dissolve away. God shall be realized by the one who considers everything as a manifestation or an act of God. Some yogis perform the service of worship to celestial controllers, devas, guardian angels, while others study scriptures for the self knowledge. Some restrain their senses and give up their sensual pleasures. Others perform breathing and other yogic exercises. Some give charity and offer their wealth as a sacrifice. Those who are engaged in yogic practices reach the breathless state of trance, samadhi, by offering inhalation into exhalation and exhalation into inhalation as a sacrifice using yogic techniques. Others restrict their diet and offer their inhalations as sacrifice into their inhalations. All these people are knowers of sacrifice and are purified by the sacrifice. Those who perform selfless service obtain the nectar of self-knowledge as a result of their sacrifice and attain the eternal being, O Arjun. Even this world is not a happy place for the non-sacrificer. How can the other world be? Many types of spiritual disciplines are described in the Vedas. Know them all to be born from karma or the action of body, mind and senses. Knowing this, you shall attain nirvana. The acquisition and propagation of self-knowledge are superior to any material gain or gift, O Arjun, because all actions in their entirety culminate in knowledge. Acquire this spiritual knowledge from a self-realized Guru by humble reverence, by sincere inquiry and by sincere service. The wise ones who have realized the truth will teach you. After knowing the truth, O Arjun, you shall not again become deluded like this. By this knowledge, you shall behold the entire creation first within me, the Supreme Being, then within your own higher self, and then see me alone in everything. Even if one is the most sinful of all sinners, one shall yet cross over the ocean of sin by the raft of self-knowledge. As the blazing fire reduces wood to the ashes, similarly the fire of self-knowledge reduces all bonds of karma or sin to the ashes, O Arjun. In truth, there is no purifier in this world like the true knowledge of the Supreme Being. One who becomes purified by the Karma Yoga discovers this knowledge within naturally in due course of time. The one who has faith and is sincere in yogic practices and has control over the senses gains this spiritual knowledge. Having gained this knowledge, one at once attains supreme peace. The irrational, the faithless, and the atheist perish. There is neither this world nor the world beyond nor the happiness for the disbeliever. Work does not bind a person who has renounced work by renouncing the attachment to the fruits of the work, and whose doubts about the self are completely destroyed by the self-knowledge, O Arjun. Therefore, cut the ignorance, born doubt about the Supreme Being abiding in your mind by the sword of self-knowledge. Resort to Karma Yoga and get up for the war, Arjun. Please get up for the war. So here our chapter number 4 summary of Shreemadbhagwadgeeta ends. In the next chapter we are going to cover chapter number 5 summary, which is about the path of renunciation. So if you are not like the channel, please like the video, please like it and share it with your friends. Okay ji, Jai Shri Krishna.